Hello, my friends. Welcome to another week. Coach Phill here, high performance coach from Intelligent Performance International. And this week, I have such a great thing we're going to talk about: courage. Now, life is about living to our fullest. Life is about doing the right things at the right time. Life is about using what we've been given to do our utmost to excel. I want to start off with this particular saying: valor grows by doing, fear grows by holding back. One of the biggest challenges that I have had in the many years that I've done with that I've dealt with high performance coaching and getting people to step up is the lack of courage. Is where people are not courageous enough to step into their power and do what they have to do. Okay, listen, you are special. You've been given an opportunity to live a life. You are one in many who has been ordained to come out and live a life where you're making a difference, where you're doing something that people are going to remember you for. Let us say you have children, you have a business to run, you have a wife, you have a girlfriend, you have a boyfriend, whatever it is. You got a duty to step up, to be able to live a life where you can not only serve them, but you can be a great role model, and you can create some freedom for both you and them. And one of the things you're going to need is courage. Okay, now I have some points for you on courage here, and I'm going to go through it quickly, but I want you to think about it from today going forward. I want to challenge you. I want you to challenge yourself to be more courageous this year, to do some shit this year where you're like, you know what, I'm going to step up. Okay, I'm going to do what I have to do. Now, point number one, how you can raise your courage is find and anchor yourself to something that you care so much about. Find something that you can so deeply anchor that you'd fight for. What is that one thing that you would do whatever it takes to make sure that you achieve it? What is that one thing, or who is that person you'll fight for? Is it your children? Is it your partner? Is it your wife? Is it your whatever it is? Find something and say, you know what, I'm going to do whatever it takes to fight for this person so that they can live a great life. For me, it is my grandchildren. I want my grandchildren to live a better life because Grandpa Phill did what he had to do. Okay, everything I do is for those guys so that I can give them the audacity to step up. Okay, what is that one thing you're going to do? What is that one thing you're going to anchor and say, for me, I will die for my kids? For example, everybody can die for their kids, but let us not just die for them. Let us create something for them that is going to encourage them, because the more courageous you are as a parent, as a business leader, as a friend, as a peer, the more permission you give others to be courageous. And if we have more courageous people, more courageous businessmen, then we will change the world. So number one, find something that is so important, anchor yourself and say, I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure I get there. Practice number two, I want you to practice the big muscle of asking big asks. What do I mean? I want you for the next 6 months, 6 to 12 months, this year, to just say, I'm going to do the big asks. Okay? Go and ask for interviews for people you have never thought you could meet. Go and ask for an interview to talk to somebody that you thought is so far away. Look out for those role models. Ask for that promotion. Ask for that for that girl to marry you. Do whatever. Just find the big asks. Okay. For me this year, I'm asking all those guys that I have admired along the years. I'm sending them emails. I'm asking everybody who I admire. I'm saying, hey, I want to talk to you. I want to find a way to serve you. I want to learn. I want to be like you. But I'm not just going in like I'm begging and over. No, I'm doing the big ask because I know that is taking courage from me. Now, guess what? Are there people who are going to say no? Absolutely, hundreds and hundreds of them. But that is the whole point. That will give me the urge to keep going. Okay? So tell me, what are you going to do to make sure that you're having those big asks? Who are those people you want to talk to? Who are those people you've always wanted to interact with, but far? There's one guy I'm after right now, and he's quite elusive. He always has people around him. But guess what? I'm coming after him because my courage is going to go to the next level. Okay? What is your courage going to be? Number three, I want you to stop bothering. If you want to build your courage, stop bothering with other people's opinion. That's right. It is their opinion. It is about them. Let them deal with their stuff. You focus on you. You want to be courageous enough to hear somebody's opinion and leave it as their opinion. Okay? Guess what? Are you always going to find people who have things to say about you? Absolutely. Are you going to find, there's a great saying, nobody kicks a dead dog. Hey, because you're moving, because you're doing things, people are going to have opinions. Okay? Opinions are cheap. Everybody's got one. You got to be courageous enough to say, as long as my mission is pure and is coming from the heart and I'm doing my best for the things and people that I care about, nothing else matters. Somebody else's opinion is their opinion. It cannot become my reality and or your reality. Okay? Next one. You must make feedback, which other people call failure, I call feedback. You must make feedback part of your life. Okay? You must begin to do so many things that it doesn't matter. You must begin to do things and get so much feedback. There's no way you get feedback if you're not moving. There's no way you get feedback if you're not working. There's no way you get failure unless you're starting and attempting things. Okay? What is that business idea you've heard? What is that letter you've wanted to write? What is that recipe you've wanted to attempt? What is that person you've wanted to talk to? What is that, music instrument you've wanted to learn? Just find something, begin to do it. You will fall, you will rise. You will fall, you rise. Before you know it, you become more courageous to attempt even bigger, better things. It is in the ability to get up and do. It is in the ability to say, you know what? I want this feedback. What other people call failure, I need it so that I can grow. Okay? Next one, number 5, I want you to develop what they call an eternal warrior spirit. I want you once a week to do something that is crazily scary. Okay? I want you once a week to just find something which scares you. Have that conversation. Have that, tell somebody, who you've had a problem with. Have that conversation and say, hey, we need to talk about this. Have the ability, the courage to say sorry. Have the ability to get up in the night at whatever time and take a walk on your street courageously. Yeah, now you might say, yeah, I live in a place where they might kill me. Yeah, have some, think about it in a different way, but be a person who brings up the warrior spirit in you, because when you begin to tap into that, somehow you get more courageous to do other things. Have the courage to approach that person, to approach that man, that woman, that girl, to say what you really feel about them. Have the courage to say your word. Have the courage to just do one thing, because when your warrior spirit comes out, you begin to move, you begin to make things happen, and that is what life is about. Okay? Number 6, I want you from today to stand by your word. Now, this is very, very important. Stand by your word in such a way that sometimes you'll have a conviction about something. You might say it and then people might come and ridicule and tear it apart, and then all of a sudden you back off. From today, I want you to stand by your word regardless. Okay? I want you to say something, whether other people agree with it or not, you stand by it and you die by it. Okay? Now, that doesn't mean that, even if it doesn't make sense, you stand by it. No! Sometimes what you're going to say is crap, but if you totally believe in it. Now, there are going to be times where you come up with stuff and yes, somebody has got a better opinion and they find a way to make you see a better way of doing things. That is different. But, so many times you find people, they come up with something and, they're challenged a little bit, they back off. Even if they have surveyed it, they have looked at it, they know it will work, they know it will make a difference, but because it has been challenged, guess what? You back off. I was having a meeting with one of these leaders last week, and I said something during the lunch, and then this guy, one of the leaders, he's been around a long time, and he turns around and says, you know what, I don't think that makes sense, and there was 4 of us, top-notch guys. I'm the coach, and then there's all these other guys. I says, you know what, that is so old school, it doesn't work. We're talking about how to grow your story, how to make things happen, and I stood by my word, but there was a split second where I almost said, oh shit, maybe he's right. And then I thought, you know what, no, all great companies have a great story. If you stop telling the story, then you don't have no way to engage the people who are going to do business with you. Okay, look at all the other companies. People will do more business with them because of a great story. Okay, so I stood by my word, and somehow there's a little bit of friction. But after that, I was feeling good. I was saying, you know what? I'm glad I stood by that. Why? Regardless of whether he thought it was old school or not. Yeah. And then the other guys, there was a little bit of awkward silence because I was standing by it, and this guy who was supposed to be, top guy is like saying, oh yeah, your story doesn't matter. And I stood by it, and guess what? I was feeling good. And guess what? I'm going to stand by my stuff more often because I know my stuff works. I know I will not open my mouth unless it makes sense. Okay? So number 6, stand by your word, whether other people like it or not, whether other people agree or disagree. Number 7, practice saying no without making an excuse. I got this from the Warrior series of T. Haveka, one of my greatest mentors. Find it deep inside of you to say no and not have to explain why. Okay? Somebody invites you for an evening, you don't want to go, just say, no, I don't want to come. Don't, what usually happens, you say, oh no, I have this thing to do this evening, or I have this, or I'm going to be doing this. No, just say, no, I can't come, and shut up and move on. Guess what? It's not easy, but you begin to build up some courage. You begin to say, oh, this feels quite good. There's something beautiful about saying no and not explaining why you said no. I have a right to just say no. Okay? Why? You begin to build that muscle of courage. The more courageous you are, the more you're going to go after your dreams. The more you go after your dreams, the more you're going to realize some of them, the more you're going to be able to make a difference to the people you love and to the entire nation. So learn to say no. Number 8, I want you to try this exercise. I got this from Vision Mechanic. It was something on Mind Valley. The mirror exercise in the morning of saying, I am enough. Just write the word, I am enough. Put it on your mirror every morning as you brush your teeth. When you finish, just say, I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I've been doing it, and guess what? I get out and I'm feeling good. I am more courageous because now other people's opinions don't matter. Now I am much more congruent and confident in what I'm doing. Most importantly, I'm showing up authentically. Okay? Now, authenticity and courage, hello, magic. Okay? So I want you to practice every day. In the mirror, say, I am enough. I am enough. For me, I add a lot more stuff. By the time I get out of my room, I'm on fire. My kids are thinking, what's wrong with this guy? Because I've primed myself, okay? I get out and I am on fire. Number 9, ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to do it. Whatever it is, there's this thing called the 5-second rule. And again, during my research and finding out how to build courage, I was listening to a lady, I think she's called Mel Robbins, okay? She gives you the 5-second rule where you got to learn to make decisions and actions 5 seconds after you think about something. Because after that, you lose the opportunity. Okay? You think about something, I want to learn guitar, pick up the phone, call somebody in 5 seconds. If you don't, then usually you will begin to procrastinate and then it becomes a bit of a problem. Okay? You want to build courage, 5 seconds, just do it. Okay? These days I'm thinking about something, I want to do it, 5 seconds, I pick up the call, I make the call, boom, end of story. Okay? It will begin to build your courage, you begin to feel better, you begin to accomplish more. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, give yourself permission to be courageous. In its simplicity, there's a very, very powerful message there. Give yourself permission to be courageous. Walk around and say, you know what? Today I have decided to give myself permission. I am going to be extremely courageous for the people I love, for my mission in life, for my purpose in life. I want you to just get up and say, I am giving myself permission. There's something that will happen to you when you say you have permission to be courageous that I can't explain, but it's an amazing feeling. You begin to get out, you begin to do what you have to do, and most importantly, you begin to create the kind of results that you deserve, because you and me know we're doing what we have to. And I acknowledge that. I know you're getting out, you're doing your best, but every one of us has got a little bit more that we could do, okay? And I'm urging you to do a little bit more, okay? Now, as I finish this series, this video for you this time, I want to leave you with a quote from Tony Robbins. This says, nothing has power over me other than which I give it through my conscious thought. Okay? And as a bonus, always for number 11, there's always a bonus. There's always a bonus. One last thing that I thought about as we were finishing here. One thing, bonus. Surround yourself with daredevils. Go and find some crazy guys. Go and find some guys. One of the things I want to do is I want to go on a boat ride. Not a boat ride, on a motorbike ride. I've not done one of those cross country. But I want to go with one of the craziest guys, Why? I want to build my courage, I want to hang out with these daredevils, because in doing that, I'll be able to pick up some of that vibe. I'll get more courageous, and then together, me and you can do what we ought to do in making this world a better place. So as usual, ladies and gentlemen, please remember to live strong, live with passion, and know that you have the audacity to live life on your terms. Whatever you do, Be the best every day. Have some courage. And remember, I love you very much. And peace.